up guys, it's me Jake here, and today I'm going to be doing my December 2021 manga reading log. And before I even get started, today I'm going to say we're 13 subs away from actually hitting 2K, so if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down there. I think 50% of you guys who are watching my videos are subscribed and 50% aren't, so please go help me out. I just need 13, I hit 2K before the end of 2021. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Just really highly appreciate everyone. I'm trying to make that final last push to hit this goal, and if I hit it, it'll be super hype. I'm super excited to hit 2K, but let's get straight into the video and talk about the first series that I read in December 2021. Now, this isn't technically the first series I read, but I'm not going chronological order on this. But today, I'm going to be talking about, first of all, Don't Totally Miss Nagatoro Volume 9. If you haven't already watched Nagatoro, read Nagatoro, go do yourself a favor and go do it. This volume was an amazing, just banger volume for Nagatoro, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the future volumes of Nagatoro, like volume 10, 11, 12, yada yada yada. And I know 10 is just around the corner. I think it comes out in March or February. Cannot wait for that volume. I am super excited to see where they go after the end of volume 9, and I think this is a perfect point there. If you haven't already got Nagatoro, just to pick it up and read it, because I think this has just been such a fantastic ride with such a good romance. I really highly suggest this. It's a very good series for a rom-com, and I really love it. The art is fantastic. Like, I think that the art's top tier for rom-coms. It's super wholesome. I know the first volume you might not like this girl, but as time goes on, you like her more and more because of how much more wholesome she is and how much more obvious that it's just teasing it is. But yeah, that's Don't Totally Miss Nagatoro 9. I would say this is around like an 8.5 out of 10. I'm going to do ratings on these now out of the whole series, so just saying, I'm just going to do that now. But yeah, that's Nagatoro and like an 8.5 out of 10. Next up is another banger volume, Call of the Night Volume 5. Now, if you don't know, I've been loving the series, but this volume just elevated that. This volume made me love Call of the Night. I think Call of the Night is a very unique rom-com, as it has a lot of things that aren't rom-com things and rom-com tropes, but more of a drama as well, and I think it does a lot of things really right in that aspect, where it is technically kind of a rom-com, but it is very dramatic and it has a lot of twists and turns. So if you're into more like not rom-com series, then you might actually like Call of the Night, because it doesn't force these rom-com tropes down your throat, and it isn't just something that's all about the romance. It's about the development of Koyamori, and it's more of a coming-of-age slice-of-life series than it is a romance. And I think seeing how he is kind of developing is really great as of lately, and I really like this volume for his development, to see where he is in life and what he's really doing. I think that was very much needed, and this volume definitely gave it to us. So I definitely think that if you've yet to read Call of the Night, this is another one. This is the perfect time to pick it up, because this really helped me love Koyamori as a protagonist and really made me love the whole cast of Call of the Night even more. So really love Call of the Night. I know a lot of you people already know about it, and the anime is coming out in summer 2022. Sorry, I just don't know why this took me so long. But it's going to be a banger. I hope they do the anime well and they do the anime justice, because if they do, that's going to be probably one of my animes of the year next year, because of how banger this is. I love Call of the Night and I cannot wait for more. I'd say solid 9 out of 10. I think this is finally went above Nagatoro for me, so yeah. Next up is a series I already watched the anime for a while back. Now I hear a lot of the better stuff for the series is actually post-anime, but that's Noragami 1 through 6. If you don't know, I watched the first 2 seasons of Noragami, I don't know how long ago, a while ago though, and I've been wanting to pick up Noragami for a really long time, but I just haven't, and I finally saw it on the Right Stuff winter sale, and I went, I'm getting it. And I did get most of it. I got the ones that were in stock. I didn't get the ones that were out of stock, and I'm very happy with myself. Other than this being glossy now, I hate it. So I'm actually not going to be showing off volume 1. I'm going to be showing off other volumes while I'm talking, because I really like how the matte finish doesn't have the reflection of my ring light, unlike my glasses. So, I'm gonna say this right now. This series is a banger. I did not expect the art to be as good as it was. Even though I knew the art was fantastic, I didn't know it was going to be this good. And I also will say, I really love Yato. If you don't know, Yatogami is one of my favorite characters in just fiction. So I really just love him. And I really love the whole cast. Even though Yukine is kind of just annoying for the first few volumes, I really don't like Yukine for a while. I do like who he develops into. And I also really just like the overall kind of world they're living in with the far shore and near shore. It's really interesting. I really cannot wait to see where they go in the future of these volumes, because yes, I don't have volumes 7, 8, or 10, so I can't continue. So I'm waiting for those to come in, because I think I have 7 and 10 coming in, so I can just read 8 online, then pick it up later. So very excited to see where this goes, and I cannot wait for more Noragami to come out. And I know it goes on hiatus, so once I catch up, I'm going to be waiting for a while, but hopefully it comes out a little faster. But not going to rush things. Manga can take as much time as they want. I don't want to rush things, so yeah. But if you haven't already, check out Noragami. I really like it, but of course, it might not be everyone's cup of tea. But that's just my opinion. Next up is a series that I read yesterday. If you don't know, I actually read a lot of this yesterday and the day before because I was sick and I was just staying in bed. So I read these 3 volumes, a hardcover that's coming up later, and then I read the day before like 5 volumes. So I've been reading a lot. And this one is Asadora, finally, 2, 3, and 4. If you don't know, I've been saying I'm gonna read this one like 2 volumes from now, 3 volumes from now. I've been really saying I've been gonna read this for so long, probably months now, and I still haven't. So I have finally caught up to Asadora, and what are my thoughts on it? Oh wait, Noragami's like an 8.5 out of 10, like Nagatoro, I would say. I think it's around the same level as Nagatoro. Okay, Asadora. Okay, I don't know what to say about this. I think that this is a very weird Naoki Urasawa work. It doesn't really feel like a Naoki Urasawa work, but I think that works itself in its own favor. The art is fantastic, of course, because it's Naoki Urasawa. Pacing is very different for himself, and the use of character choice is also pretty different from Naoki Urasawa's use. Yes, it does use like the government and stuff, so it's kind of like Naoki Urasawa. He does do that quite often, but I will say it was very interesting to see what happens to the character of Asa within these volumes. The development of Asa has been crazy. I'm going to say this right now. I did not expect like a 5-year time skip right off rip in the second volume. So I think it's really interesting. If you don't know anything about what Asadora is about, basically we follow this girl named Asa who has a huge family. And then she is out one day and gets kidnapped by this homeless man. Well, kidnapped by this homeless man, and a typhoon hits. And he doesn't care about that. He just tries to survive. And then once they do, him and Asa try to help as many people as possible. And in the process of helping those people, they find out something massive. And that's the only thing I can say without spoiling stuff. So just read Asadora if you haven't. It's very solid. Now, is it the best Naoki Urasawa work I've ever read? Definitely not. I think 20th Century Boys tramples on the series so far. So I'm going to say this is solid. I would suggest it, but it's not my favorite. I would say a solid maybe 7.5 to 8 out of 10 for this one. It's good, but it's nothing insane. I'm going to definitely just continue picking it up, as I do enjoy it, but I wouldn't say it's the best thing ever. So that's just my opinion on Asadora. Next up is one I already made a video about, and I've talked about a lot on my channel. The video will be right up here, and that's going to be Happiness 1 through 5. This was a reread. I read these a couple days ago. I'm going to be reading the other 5 probably tomorrow, but Happiness is just such a unique series. It's a very unique take on how do you say that? Vampirism? Vampirism, whatever it's called. Vampires. It's a unique take on vampires, and I really like to see Shuzo Oshimi's takes on things, because Shuzo Oshimi makes everything weird and very interesting. His cover choices for the series is top tier. I think this series is very interesting. If you haven't already checked it out, you should definitely check it out. And if you haven't checked out Shuzo Oshimi, you should definitely check out Happiness. I think Happiness is a perfect jumping on point for Shuzo Oshimi because it's his most different work, but it's his most normal work at the same time, where it has a very unique story and a very Shuzo Oshimi take on things, but isn't like super weird like most of his other stories. I think this and Flowers of Evil are a perfect jumping on point for Shuzo Oshimi. If you don't know, I think Happiness is the second best work behind Flowers of Evil, but I will say they are very close. And these first 5 volumes very, very much reminded me of that. I very highly enjoyed the cast. I very much enjoyed the first kind of 5 volumes, which is the first half of the series and the first timeline of the series. It's like, this is like the before time skip, and then time skip happens in volume 6. This really was interesting and has a perfect build up for them going into a time skip, and I really cannot wait to read more. Even though I already read it, I know what's going to happen. I love what's going to happen, and I love what we're getting into, so very much highly suggest Happiness. Super, super solid series. Very much love it. The art is fantastic. I think the art is something that is super phenomenal. As if you don't know, Shuzo Oshimi in the series tells a story less with words and more with his fantastic artwork and choices of character design and stuff like that, and eye color and all the things to do with art. I'm just blanking right now, but Oshimi, really good job on everything about Happiness. Very much would say this is a 9 out of 10. I just love Happiness. Maybe even a 9.1. I think it's a little bit better than Call of the Night. But that's because Call of the Night has a very different take on vampires than Happiness. They're both vampire series, but this one has a very different take. So yeah, very much highly suggest this, and it's just really good. So I don't really know how to give a synopsis for the series either, because it's a very weird one. So I'm just gonna let you guys read it on your own, so I don't spoil anything. Next up, a series that I also talked about a lot, and I actually talked about a lot in my last reading log. Beastars. This is volume 15. I didn't read volume 15 because I didn't have it yet. If you want to watch the video that I made on it called I Am a Furry, it's going to be right here. Banger series. I love Beastars. It's a fantastic read, a fantastic, phenomenal series. If you haven't already checked it out, definitely read it. You can watch season 1. I think season 1's a great adaptation. Watch the first 2 episodes of season 2. I thought it dropped off from the manga. I think the manga's better, but I will say, banger series. If you haven't, because you think, oh, it's weird, it's furry. Yes, it does have those weird moments, but overall, this is a phenomenal series. One of the best series I've ever read. And I am willing to say, off 15 volumes, this, if it nails the ending, even if it's just an okay ending, is going in my top 5. And I'm very much okay with that. I think this is a phenomenal series with really amazing writing by Haru Itagaki, and I think she does a really good job with the art in this. I think if any other art style were to be in Beastars, it wouldn't work. It's such a unique art style that really works for this one series, and I really do enjoy how she does things and how she panels things and how she draws things, because it's very different and it's very much a kind of breath of fresh air from these other mangakas. So definitely love Beastars and definitely highly suggest it. Easily like a solid 9.5 plus out of 10. I don't know what I would rate it. It's definitely 9.5 to a 10, but I don't know what I would rate it in between decimals, since I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. But phenomenal series. If you haven't already checked it out, definitely check out Beastars whenever you can. I don't know if it's having stocking issues right now or anything, but if you can find it, go ahead, get it as fast as possible, because it's that good. So, second to last series I have to talk about in this video is Fist of North Star Hardcover 1. I said I was going to read this in my last haul, or start reading it, so I did it yesterday, and I very much enjoyed it. I very much really liked how they went about things, and I can very much see the influence JoJo took from this with the art, the aura, all that. I can see a bunch of things that Araki took inspiration from the series. I'm gonna say it was really interesting. My only one complaint was how literally no one can touch Kenshiro other than like 2 characters right now. Yes, that might change in the future, but he is just so busted. It's crazy within this world. He literally just touches people and they die. Like, they can't do anything. So that's just my only problem, but I will say, as time goes on, he probably gets less and less busted, and it's more just like a lot of people can do this kind of stuff, so I'm just waiting for that to happen, and I'm gonna say cannot wait for more Fist of North Stars. It's really interesting so far. I really do like Kenshiro as a protagonist. I really do like his kind of goal of trying to save his woman, and kind of just seeing how Kenshiro goes about things is really interesting. How he's just like basically trying to save as many people as possible and help as many people as possible is really cool in this very much kind of Mad Maxy world. So I cannot wait to see where this continues and where the world takes me, because I'm gonna say I have 2 more hardcovers, volume 2 and 3, and then I have to wait a little bit, so I'm gonna see how much I like the other 2. And so far I would give this like an 8.7 out of 10, because I really did enjoy this first volume. Actually, no, I think it's a solid 8.4. I'm gonna bring it down. I don't think it's better than when I rated an 8.5 in Noragami and Nagatoro, but I will say it is definitely solid so far, and I really did enjoy it. It was very heat, so definitely highly suggest this. And yeah, I don't know much else to say about Fist of North Star. Now, the big one everyone's been waiting for. I read 2 Vizbigs. Vagabond. Wow. Vagabond is crazy good. I did not expect what I was going to be getting when I started this, and I am very happy with what I got. Musashi is a crazy good protagonist. There's so much development just in the first volume. After hanging off a tree for like 35 million chapters, I'm going to be very honest, he did hang on that tree for like 10 chapters, and I'm going to say it was very, very, very interesting, and I cannot wait to read more. I think I have to get Vizbig 5, 9, and 11, and 12, and I'm done. I think those are the volumes I need. I could be wrong, but I have volume 3 and 4, so I'm going to be continuing this, and I cannot wait to continue reading Vagabond, as it's just phenomenal. I haven't read many things like Vagabond, and I don't think I ever will, unless I take basically a very heavy inspiration and steal the story. But yeah, I would suggest Vagabond highly. The only problem I have is these are quite hard to read because they're kind of heavy, and also if you open them too much you might crack the spine. I'm trying not to, so I'm like this, barely opening it, but it's, what can you do? I think the art's still phenomenal. The art is top tier, as you might be able to tell just from like this and the cover. And even I can kind of show, yeah, that's a perfect panel to show, like that. Phenomenal art. It's just phenomenal art. And Takui going away is just crazy. So yeah, I would rate this probably like 8.9 out of 10. 8.9 out of 10 is what I will rate Vagabond. Very good so far, and it can easily go up in the future. But that's all I have and all I've read in the month of December 2021. If you have enjoyed, please, like I said earlier, go hit down there and hit that subscribe button. It would definitely mean a lot to me, as I'm trying to hit 2K before the end of 2022. Well, before the start of 2022, not the end. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I see you guys next time. Peace!